Hey YouTubers, this is Kinglink86, aka Raymond. Welcome to my very first Q&A of the year. My very first one. Well, I made a Q&A announcement on my YouTube channel saying if you guys want to ask me any questions would you like to ask, and I would love to answer them at the best of my abilities. So let's get started. Now, Adrian Medina asked, do you watch The Flash on the CW? Yes, I do. That's the show. The Flash is the best superhero show of all time. Also, the highest rating ever and most watched on television. It's cool how we see different supervillains, and also seeing Mark Hamill played the Trickster, which he played the Trickster back in the 90s. And what's really interesting is that the father of the guy of the Flash is actually the one who played the Flash in the early 90s, which I'm glad that he was able to still be a part of the Flash universe. Alright, he also asked, how old am I and what's my job? I just turned 30 in February, and my job, I'm a fuel station attendant in Safeways, and it's a great job. I clean the pumps of the gas, stock shelves, and also help customers, and it's very fun. Now, Amy Compton asked me, what is my favorite anime? Anime. You know, when I was a kid, I loved Pokemon. I also loved Dragon Ball Z. There's a lot of other animes that I've watched. I watched Naruto only once. And Yu-Gi-Oh! But all through my favorite anime was Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing the card game and everything. I still have my cards. I know it sounds cheesy, but yeah. Also, she also asked me, what's your favorite genre or category in pornography? I think that's one question I will not answer. Don't get me wrong. I know it's kind of stupid that I would love to answer them in my ability, but pornography, I think that's one that's I will not answer. Sorry, Amy, but I will answer the other ones. Knowing you, hey, she does follow me when I do my gameplays on the PS4. She's one crazy girl. All right. Anime Kids also asked, do I like anime? Yes, I do. I watched anime for a long time. And also the same questions. Canadian Juggy, he also follows me on my PS4 stream. Asked me, have I ever smoked weed? I've never smoked weed. I've never smoked at all. I kind of have like bad lungs, I can't be able to handle it. But overall, I would not be able to try. Can you dab? I have no idea what that means. I'm old, so I wouldn't know. The other one, did you subscribe to Peter Chow yet? Yes, I have. He has some great videos. All of them are the best. Now, there are other questions on another video. So, give me a minute. I'm going to take a look and try to find it. Alright, you guys, welcome back. I finally found the other questions that they asked me. I actually watched the Q&A of number 17 when Jess and Julia did their thing. That's where I made the announcement on doing that. But these are the questions that Gameplaya actually asked me. What was your very first gaming console? My first gaming console was Nintendo. Nintendo was one of the best game consoles I've ever played in my life. The first game that it came with a dual game. It was Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. As a kid, Duck Hunt. I think that's the best one. What video game has given you the most memories? The one that gives me the most memories was Duck Hunt. Knowing the fact that I've cheated on it. I had a gun. This is the TV. I would point on it and just bam, bam, bam. I would cheat a lot. It was just like the best thing ever. But there's a lot of video games that have given me the most memories. The one that gave me the most memories of all time, besides Duck Hunt, was actually the Mega Man franchise. Now, for me to fight all those robot bosses was very challenging, because when you do it one by one, you kind of try to find out like which one is your best villain to fight of, and your weaknesses, and you have to strategize and find out and see how they fight and how they move. Makes it a lot easier to take them down very easily. Now, that was question 2. Question number 3. If you had 1 million subscribers, what would you do to celebrate? I would say thank you for all subscribing to me. I would have a shot of tequila and just bam, there you go. I would thank you guys in honor of you guys for helping me reach that much. I would love it. Now the next question was, what's your favorite food? Now my favorite food is actually a cheeseburger. It doesn't matter which place it goes. Even at a Mexican restaurant, I actually order a cheeseburger because I'm not a big fan of Mexican food that much. Well, my mom and dad actually makes the best one, and so does my grandma. So overall, my favorite food, game playa, is actually a cheeseburger. Now, question number 5: do you watch sports? Yes, I do watch sports. And if you do, what sports do you watch, and what's your favorite team from that sport? Now, football-wise, I like the 49ers and the Raiders. And the reason why you think why it's kind of strange, my mom loves the Niners and my dad loves the Raiders. And I have a grandma here who loves the Niners so much. Oh, she has everything from a 49er hat, 49er finger, and also a 49er blanket. I also love the Cowboys too. Now the reason why is because that's my aunt's boyfriend's favorite team. Well, he passed away 2 years ago. Missed the guy. So I watch that in honor of him, and I always root for the team for him. Now, question number 6. If you ever had a chance to meet Magenta, what would you tell him? Oh, that's a toughie. If I ever got a chance to meet him, what would you tell him? I would tell him that you are a very troubled kid, or a guy, I would say. You take everything too seriously. Your big brother has a point on everything. You don't have to react to everything. Well, like I said on the other videos, I don't care if it's real or fake. It's very entertaining. I would say, like, out of everything, do you really think that your mom and dad or everybody else that you come in contact with actually have a problem with you? It's just the way that you handle yourself, like I said on the videos. Your mom and dad are not after you. Your dad, well, after the Q&A, I would say after that Q&A you did with your brother, they said that your dad has played a lot with you guys on video games, and after that she suddenly stopped. I think I would say that, look, I'm sorry that happened to you, but you have to grow up. You have to learn to take responsibilities for your own life, and don't ever think that your mom and dad are going to be there to help you. You have to help yourself. Like how I would say that, like when you ask them, can you buy me a P.O. box? Why can't you buy yourself a P.O. box? You had all this money, even though that your dad took it. Why would you ask your father to buy you a P.O. box if you can do it? I would just tell him that after all the things that your dad has done, I would look at his eyes and I would say, do you love your father? Despite what he's done, do you love your father? Because after all the videos that we've seen, I have never seen you say, I love my father. You say, I love your mother. That's something, but I've never seen you say, I love my dad. Why don't you say that? That would be the question that I would ask him. Now, final one. What do you do outside of YouTube? Reactions, etc. What do I do outside of YouTube? Well, outside of YouTube, I always go to Facebook. Go check out my my posts, see how my family's doing. I do react on some of the things that they send me on Facebook. My cousins sent me one of the craziest videos of all time. This is in Bollywood. A guy dressed up like Michael Jackson in Thriller, and he did the most outrageous music video I've ever seen in my life. And I showed my mom. My mom actually looked at me and said, "Where the hell did you get that?" I said, "Your cousin actually sent that to me. And I wanted you to see did you like it?" Now, this is the final question from Final Cloud 12. There are 2 questions I'd like to ask you, Kinglink. If you had one question you would like to ask Magenta to answer, what would it be? And why do you care about his content so much? Now, the question was, like I said on the from Game Players Question 6, if you get a chance to meet Magenta, what would you tell him? The question I would say that, do you love your father? I would look at him and say, you say you love your mom, but do you ever love your father? Despite the fact that he's done all those things to you. Do you think he loves you? But now, judging from the fact that when he looks at it and said, oh, now you care, he always cares. Don't think that just because he does all that, because he doesn't care, he just does whatever he wants, which he does say that all the time. I would see it as, he says that he does it just because he needs to do it. Because if it bothers him, he'll do it. He'll destroy things and, well, Jess, you don't follow the rules. I will look at him and say, do you think your father loves you? And why don't you follow his rules? You're living in his house now. It's either follow his rules or get out. That's what my father told me. And why do I care about his content so much? I care about his content because I love how the way he reacts to everything. And he always thinks that everyone's out to get him. And like his brother, big brother, like how I am, try to explain things that we're not out to get you. We're here to help you. But for some strange reason, you let your anger get the better of you. Anger clouds the mind, and you don't think straight. Last time me and my mom actually argued one time, and all of a sudden, we actually forgot what we were arguing about. It was like, wow, that was crazy. But you know what? Just despite what happened, that's how I would ask Magenta all those questions. I would. But hey, what can I say? Well, hey guys, thank you for giving me all these questions. Thank you for watching my video of my first Q&A. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more reactions and more gameplay. Oh, by the way, one thing I forgot to mention. I did watch the all-new Magenta's video, Woman of the House. Well, guess what, guys? Jesse has finally done some housework while his dad was out off to work. He had a hard time doing all the stuff that he had to do. So, being a crybaby like he is, he actually grabbed a woman's dress and wore it. That was the ugly. I can say this: he is the ugliest woman I would ever see. Despite the fact that he shaved his old beard with that long hair, he would be like the ugliest looking woman I've ever seen. But I liked how he argued with his dad and says, I don't understand why you let me do all this. And he said, I'm sacrificing my gameplay, my streaming to help you out. And I said, yes, that's so hard to do. I mean, the way that he says it, is it really that hard to help your father out with some chores? Like for me and my brothers, well, we all live I live in this place. My brother lives in my parents' house. My other brother lives in another mobile home right next to me with his wife and his kid. So, what's so bad about helping your father with housework and everything? But if your dad's going to be at an older age, and he's going to do that, are you just going to stand and watch him try his very hardest to get things done? No. There's the thing my mom and dad actually taught me. Help us out, and then in the future, we'll help you out with anything you need. Well, hey, I helped my dad bust concrete. I helped him. They took down the palm tree without my help, but I helped him. I drive the tractor. I pulled the palm tree out of their yard and put it in the other yard. I helped them out. But my mom and dad are always there. He said, "You want lunch? I'll buy you fly." Everything else. So, just as to learn that it's not the end of the world to help your father out with some chores. It's nice to be a good son, knowing the fact that you can help out. Jeffrey does it. And why do you think that he doesn't get yelled at the same way at the way that you do? He doesn't get yelled at because, A, he has a job. B, he helps around the house. And C, if he does gaming and he does stuff on his computer, His dad doesn't bother him because he knows that he was outside doing something and helped out. So just help them out. They're not gonna die. You're not gonna pass out, and the whole world is not gonna end if you do one little thing. The one thing that when he ended the vlog, Corn still recorded, and he was recording. He was about to take a hose and put it up his ass, and he's like, wait a minute, stop recording? No, it's recording. He said, what the fuck, dude? And he made a fool of himself. Well, look, he made a fool of himself on his own by wearing that dress. Like I said, that is the ugliest looking woman ever. If he would have tried walking, I would have said, "Hey, girl, how you doing?" If he turned around, I was like, "Oh shit, you're ugly, man." But hey, that's just me. But hey, guys, like I said, thank you for watching my very first Q&A. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more reactions and more gameplay. Now, all you guys that watch me stream on PS4, I will get a better game, better streaming. Hopefully you guys will love it. As for the Wii U, I know you guys get tired of the Legend of Zelda, the Twilight Princess, but that's my favorite game out of all of it. I was hoping that another question, what is your favorite video game franchise of all time? And the answer would be The Legend of Zelda. Great puzzles, great villains, and great weapons to use, and the best swords ever. So, despite the fact that I've played every single game from The Legend of Zelda, beat it all, from Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the N64, the Wii, the GameCube, and the Wii U, and also Game Boy, I beat it all. I can't wait to see this all-new Legend of Zelda game that's coming out later in 2016, and I hope it's going to be the best. Okay, guys, that's the end of my Q&A. Thank you for watching, and who knows, maybe I'll do another one, maybe in 2 months. I'll go try that out. I'll try it out and see if you guys have any more questions to ask me. But hey, I'll make another Q&A announcement, just like I did before. Give you guys a heads up. Alright? Thank you for watching my video, and above all, stay positive.